in a lot of different cultures. And in one set of cultures, the end of the elephant story is everybody fights. And they say, no, it's a wall. No, you're an idiot. It's a rope. And they beat each other up. In the other version of the story, someone outside of them or among themselves, they come to realize that actually they've got different views of the same thing. They can't look at it this way, but if they step back just a tad, they realize they have something really powerful in their hands. And that's what we have with Swift. If we mine what we get from the OO community and from the functional community, really brilliant people that have thought about coding in each one of these paradigms, and we think of what we have mixed together in Swift, we've got so much power. And so we work together to figure out just how to work with Swift. And we build these great apps and systems because Swift is a top-to-bottom language. And we delight our customers. And we create code that we can reason about. Thank you.
So that's it.
Evolution.
Yeah, it's a little history and evolution. I think it also helps to, because I also hear everyone, oh, that's from Java, that's from Ruby. I don't know that languages, so I don't really know if it's like Java or like Ruby. But it's true that at the end it's Swift, so you can see, you can find something similar to other languages, but it's
cool that they picked all the great stuff from other paradigms and languages.
Okay, so let's start it. First thing first thing that you need to know is that we have now Playground. Playground, it's if you choose new, you can find here Playground. You say like my first Playground, and you can choose if you're going to program with macOS or with iOS. I don't know what you know about, so just let me know if it's too slow, too bored or something, because I know that you have been studying this, but I don't know how much. So in the Playgrounds here, I think the thing that I like most is that finally when you want to test a code, you don't need to create a whole project, because sometimes we want to test if some ideas is working, or sometimes we are making a huge project and we need to test if some components is going to work, and we need to create like a test project just for this kind of thing. And the Playgrounds, it allows us to make all that stuff. I'm just going to talk for the new Playground. The new Playground have like it's like a project of Objective-C, so it's big enough. Should I make it bigger?
It's fine for mine.
Yeah. Okay. So if we open this menu here, you can find that it has inside a source where we can find the class, and we can add also resources. So it's pretty cool because it doesn't exist at the beginning. And now if we need some classes that we need to inherit it or to use to test our code, we can add it here, and also the images. So if I want to add an image, I'm just going to come here, this one. You just need to drag here to resources, and it should be here. Okay. So what's cool about the Playground? It's you can see here in the left is the code section, and in the right we have the result section. So we can write anything like bar number and sorry about the 5, and it's going to be here like right now. And if we want to make a like bar second number, we can say also like number of plus second number, and we have the result. It happened with pretty much everything. So I have here one and it's ready for you, so we don't have to write everything.
The Swift REPL.
Yeah. So there's some example here. This is the new things. Some of the new things that we can have, like this stylizer. How is this word pronounced in English? Stylizer. Stylized text. It's made with markup. So if I can here in editor, I can say it. So you can see how it's written actually. So we can make sections. It's just a normal markup, so it shouldn't be hard. Even, I don't know, I always have to look for it when I want to write something. So, and we also have like inline result. So we can see, for example, here, we can find our result. And here, oops, come on, there. So we can see the result of what we are writing, like much more legible way. We also have the console here. If we open this side, we should see. Oh, we don't have any message here, but we'll see it later. And that's it. So it's pretty simple, but it's really powerful actually. And now we can also add image and GIF and.
Can you put like breakpoints or stuff, or is that?
No, you can put like it's like for. It doesn't run actually.
Okay.
It's all the time compiling. So that's for the playground. It's pretty simple. I don't know if you guess if you have some question or something. And for variables and sorry. Okay. So now the new thing with the with Swift is that the variables now can be mutable or constant, as he said. So the difference is that we can create like a variable, and let's say that we want a string. And sorry, yeah, okay. And but if we want that this variable doesn't change at all, that it's actually it's pretty common. We said just let instead of bar, and we make it constant. Yeah. So the thing is that even Swift doesn't need to be set which kind of type we are going to write, because it's going to infer it. So if we write like bar name Luisa bar age, oh shit, with the 33, if we check, he's going to know that I'm writing here a string, and what's happened here? And here he's going to know that it's an int. So we only need to tell him what are we going to do if it's not obvious with which kind of type it is.
And what happens if you try to append those two?
Oh, sorry?
Just try it. That's where storyboard for.
Yeah, what happens if you do name plus age right now?
Will
Will it throw an error?
No, you will see string.
Probably. Let's see. We can bar test.
You want to see the world burn, Alex?
Yes. I do know what will happen on other orbits. Yeah.
And we have an error. They say that just that. Okay.
But if you do
That's
it
expected.
when you create the variable name equals to Luisa and plus 33 there in the line 12.
Yeah, what happens if we do that?
during initialization.
I'm going to delete this. It's probably the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's extra.
Okay.
Just one.
Not so bad.
Not so bad. I've seen it in Python as well, but then it crashes.
And okay, so that's for here. So to print lines, so now we don't have an slug anymore. We have this beautiful thing that is called print line. We can print like any string we want. And also if I can print, of course, the variable, like name, it's my name. And if I want to make like compound message, I say print line and I put here my name is, and what I need is to add this slash, I don't know the name in English, neither in Spanish, so and the name of the variable. So it's automatically should print it. I don't know why it's not.
I guess you need different slash.
What?
No, I just like this.
Try different slash.
No, it's, I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one.
That was
No,
right.
it's this one for sure.
Then open console. If it doesn't compile immediately, you can open console and there it will be written.
Why are the two dots
Yep.
now or something? Or is it just empty?
Oh,
Yes.
in my
it's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's crushing here.
You broke it.
Yeah.
Finally, you
No,
broke
but
it.
that's fine.
Not yet.
Yeah. No.
Nice feature.
Yeah.
Nice
it's very
feature. It works really great.
Cool. No, it's my arm here, I think.
No.
Yeah, it's here.
Hey,
Okay.
So we can do it also with onions. It's no problem. So
With H. Oh.
it's like your age,
Okay.
and it works super perfectly. It also has changed the way that we convert values. For example, if we have here like a bar number and we say like 33, we can say number, I think it's dot to int, so we change it to int. Also, if we can say here that we have like I'm super bad with names, so like blah 1 and but it's like 1.33, and we need to say like print line blah plus blah. It doesn't allow us to, because this is a double and that's an int. So what we should do is to say here like a double. That should be enough. Or not.
It's not double, it's float.
Oh,
That is second.
no, it's double, but it's bad spelled
Okay.
here. So that's it.
Okay.
That's pretty simple, and then you get used to it with by using it. I mean, I'm not going to list everything, but pretty much it's the way they now change the type. So that's with variable and constant. We can also no, that's it.
Can I
Yeah.
ask you one more thing? Can you set up tell that the type of blah is float? I would like to check what's gonna happen.
No, the type, what, you want to know the type? Or what?
Yeah,
You
not
wanna
the
see
blah,
that?
the blah. The blah should be float.
You want to like float here.
And next string we'll try to
Okay.
sound double and float, and I wonder just if it's correct or not.
It looks like it's correct. It's not crashing at least.
Can you open console?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
this size is okay?
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, there is a bug. It doesn't highlight with the red, but it for sure outputs it to the console.
Yeah, sometimes it you can see the errors that are not in runtime. The runtime error, they are going to the compile errors. You cannot see it enough, probably.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
What?
Well, see, like Alexander said, if you try to convert it to a float, the error is that it's not that it's a float, not a double. So you're not able to see it in the editor, but in the console.
Hmm.
That can be a bit annoying.
Yeah. So that's all with variables by now.
Mm-hmm.
Now tuples. Tuples are pretty cool, but I wanted to show you also the. Okay, that's yeah. That's I'm going to go through pretty quick because there's not much difference. It's the conditional switch and loops. Okay, so they're pretty much the same, but here we don't need to add the parentheses, bracket. I don't know. Parentheses, I think.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah. Sometimes. So it's but they work pretty much the same. Also with the switch, the main difference here is that they don't fall through. So you don't need to add the keyboard break here to stop the switch.
Break with K.
Yeah.
It's
Break.
optional, or is it?
It's you don't need it.
It
I mean,
breaks automatically if you want it
it
to
breaks
fall through.
automatically.
There's some keyword for it. I
Yeah,
thought, if it still exists.
it's
Yeah.
fall through
yeah.
keyboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
If you, but you have to force it. Also, you can do this, or you can do like that, like one.
Yeah.
So the two ways to do it.
And the cases are also pretty powerful, and you can switch on strings and stuff like that.
And
Yeah.
also, I think it's a pretty.
They can learn something from basic.
You can also you really need to think in all the cases in the switch. So it's even if you only want to check two cases, you need to add the default. This is something that they Swift forced you to do it.
yeah, no, that's.
Swift is made with security in mind, right? But
Yeah. The loops, it works the same too, and they only have there's these two stuff that I like it. It's the new range operator. If we put like one number, 3 points, and one number, we are making like a loop between 1 and 100, and they include both numbers. But instead, if you put just 2 on this square bracket, I think it doesn't include the right the right number of the range. And this is the way that it's big enough, really.
very
To write functions here. So this is a function that doesn't take parameters. It works also the same with one parameter here, 2 parameters. Nothing really fancy, actually. And this is the way that you return. You need this return arrow type and then the type that you want to return.
Do you also have an example of function with more than one parameter and how you call it?
Yeah, here.
Because that's also, let's see.
You want to try the hash?
No, yeah,
Okay.
you have to use.
Okay, so this was like that.
Because normally you see like my function name and then comma h and then the.
My function, we have this.
Yeah.
Okay, and now here, if you see, we delete the parameter names. If we don't want to delete it and we want to make it more readable, we write a slash. It's a hash. Sorry, hash. Here. So hash hashtag.
Hash.
And here now there is like an error say, hey, you're missing the name. So I said, okay, fix it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the
I guess
This used to be different, by the way.
actually,
You put append an alias for it before it. This is a lot better.
if you keep the old function without hashes and new function with hashes, I guess technically there are two different functions
I don't know, we can try.
in the deep level.
I don't really know. Let's see.
That's cool about playgrounds. You can just
Now it's a new function.
Yeah, I can choose.
That's good.
Yeah, it's weird.
No, actually not, because it's the same as Objective-C. Then
Yeah, because
it's part of the.
Yeah.
It's part of the. And anyway, it's compiled to C, and then it's definitely part of the function.
yeah, that's
So
correct.
it's quite
Only
easy.
if you do this in code, will find it really weird why you have two the same functions with just an hash.
But
There's
if
a
we're
difference.
if we're gonna write code, which one do you think we would prefer? Because like the first one you have more like Objective-C style, right? Like this. If you have
I prefer the second one, but yeah,
I
that's
think
Java.
but this makes it nicely readable.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
more.
if you have, for instance, like a completion handler here and a failure.
Yeah, that's more readable. And
I
it's
like
more
it.
Objective-C.
I like more the first.
But it's not the question. I guess it's not an issue because we are not going to use functions in most cases. We're going to use classes.
Yeah.
And in classes, it's hashes are there by default.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no, but not in
For-
the
not for the
first,
first parameter.
but not
yeah.
for the first parameter.
Yeah.
If you want it to appear in the first parameter, you have to put the hashtag.
So it should be.
Okay, I thought it was okay.
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 So it's still the same.
So if we can also put a default parameter, like it's complete by default.
Mhm.
And if we do it, we do need to add the type here. It's not going to infer the type.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
Also, it's good to know that by default, the way the parameters are treated is like constant. They're not. If you want to make it variable, well,
You cannot assign anything to it.
yeah,
change it.
no, not you can change it later. I mean, if I say my function Luisa and I want to use it like in a block or in a closure, where we cannot change the value later. Like we are doing here. We say like
If you would change the name there, it's not possible.
Yeah.
It's
I-
constant.
say name like Maria here. This is not going to work because I'm trying to change the value of name, and the value of name is going to be given by the parameter,
Yeah.
and it's a constant, so I cannot change it.
But
But nothing.
if
mean-
you put var in front of name,
Yeah, but it's a super
If
bad
you
practice.
put what?
I don't want to explain bad practice here. We can put it here. Let's-
Yeah.
why is it bad?
It's not really a good option to have a bar like a parameter so you can change it, because why then the parameter?
I don't know, because it's there. Because it's possible.
Because
Yeah,
it's possible,
because
because,
it's-
you can.
So that's with function. Yeah. So the tuples are pretty cool.
See.
Yeah, let's see. First, I want to go through arrays and dictionaries because they're a little bit different that right now, because they're a strongly typed array. So you cannot have like array of different kind of objects. If we have an array of a string, this array only are going to take a string inside.
So they're factors. you think. Okay.
And it happens the same with a dictionary.
Okay.
You cannot have like sometimes the key, if it's going to be a string, always the key has to be a string, and also with the value. We can say in other kind of type, but it's always the same. So sometimes we used to like use dictionaries or arrays to collect a group of elements, and since we cannot do that anymore, we have now the tuples. The tuples is like it's a group of elements. It's just like a few values collected together, so we can pass through our code like a single it item.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use it inside a variable here. We can return it here. So we can use like a return of a function. Yeah, I want 2 values.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way we go inside. For example, we have this constant here that it's a tuple. It's an int and a string, and I'm going to assign it to error. So if I want to check the first value, I put 0 in front of, and if I want to check the second value, I put the 1, the index basically. If we had like here, because we can name every value, like so we can access to the tuple message, so it's going to return the string inside. If I put here like tuple, code, what it should give me is the code number that I assign. I can use it like return, I can use it inside the parameters. They're pretty cool, and it's just it. They are cheap, they are quick, they are simple. The thing is that sometimes if we see that we are using the same tuple with the same kind of values through all our code, and that they belong together, sometimes what we need is an struct or a class. It depends on the kind of value that we have. Because if we are going to get like color, hair, height, weight, and name, maybe what we need in a structure is a person.
I wonder what do they do internally actually, because for us it's transparent, but maybe it's structured.
I don't
I
know.
think
You
it's
can
a
also
struct,
assign
to be
this
honest,
to.
internally.
I'm just curious.
What?
Can you do like does it in Python? It's like let and then for instance code, comma status is and then a tuple.
What?
Does that work? Did you
Yeah.
assign it to variables in one go?
So let me. I didn't understand what you said.
For instance,
You have a variable that contains a tuple, and you want to extract all the
Yeah, so
all
do
parts
let,
within one.
let code, comma status is this thing.
Yes, but you need to use.
Yeah, we need to use
How? What?
you need to be as. Oh fuck! Sorry. You need to
Yeah.
be also a tuple here.
Python publishers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really weird, but still struct internally.
I just put separate
Yeah, but then
variables
you
to
have
the
code and status
tuple.
separate.
Eh?
and it works.
Yeah, it works, but
So you
it's
now
really
can-
weird. It's just turned around.
No, if you need one variable, you use tuple.
What happens if you
1
remove
or
it?
0.
What?
Yeah.
What happens if you remove?
Then code and status probably will both be the entire tuple. It's like int ABC is 0.
Just-
We
Complain.
have a
complain.
nice
Yeah.
error here. I'm complaining. Hey,
Okay.
I'm anything.
This is not what you want, don't do it.
Do it.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So that's here for the tuple. Blah, blah,
I like
blah.
it.
Yeah, I like it here. Optionals.
I like it a lot.
Everybody
your
knows
code?
about optionals?
What the fuck is an option?
Sorry, is it your code or you took it from somewhere as an example?
Or some of them I make it with my boyfriend the other day when I was preparing the presentation, and some I get from tutorial.
Apple, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's a Linda tutorial. They're pretty cool actually.
Liga?
Linda.com. I don't know if you know it. It's a really good place where they have a lot of tutorials. They're all really good, and this is a guy that have made a Swift tutorial. That's super cool.
Okay.
But the top one, we make it last week.
Okay, cool.
Tuple returns are
Really nice.
Yeah. So what we are on
Like
time?
one of those
Yeah.
things you can't do saying in Objective-C.
Yeah, actually they are pretty new. In fact, I'm not sure if you can use like a tuple in Objective-C. I don't think so that we can use it.
No, you have to explicitly define a struct for it.
Yeah. So optionals, it's basically what it seems to be. It's like the possibility that a variable gets the nil. Okay, let's start again. So let's say that we are going to declare a variable and we don't want to give it a value at the beginning. If we want to use it, we really need to give it a value. We cannot use it without value. We need to initiate it. So we can make a default value by doing it like by ourselves, or we can say that okay, maybe it's not going to have anything inside, so it can be nil or it can has value. So this is the way. We can check if we have a variable that is an optional, if it's nil or not, and we can say if it's nil, if it's different to nil, then give us the temperature. So now it gives temperature. Here, when you see in here is that it's not an int itself; it's an optional int. So which means this. I'm going to comment this. An optional is an enum. Enum now it's happened also with the struct that it's much more powerful. I'm not really going into the enums because I don't really know how they work, so I prefer not to. But what it says, we have an enum that can have no value, have some value. So if we have a class and we say like foo, it's going to be a string, but I don't have the value at the beginning, so I'm going to say okay, it can have or it cannot have value. And we create this function here where we are testing foo, and hey, if it's equal to none, that means that it's nil. Print none. If it has value, give me what it has inside. So here we have a nil, and if we see the parentheses brackets here, that means that it's an optional. It's not giving just nil, it's giving nil inside the box. And even if we give it a value, it's some hello, it's not a string, it's an optional string. So we need what we need to do is to unwrap this, to take it from this box, take it out. So we came here, this is the way we do it, is we have the same code, but now if you see both, they're different. We are saying if let blah is equal to foo, then print blah. What we are doing here is checking if foo has value, and if it has, we are taking this value and we are going to assign it to blah. And then now we have the value right here. We don't have some value, we don't have it anymore. This is the way we print blah. Yeah, this is a mistake here, but
But it still says there's some hello.
yeah, I'm seeing here, but this is a mistake.
Idea is anytime you use optional, it's a structure, and it's a enum. And
Yeah.
because enums could be any values or any value, but it's a container, so it behaves just if it's nil, none, one value, second one is inside the container. And if you think it is optionals as enums, it just really goes smooth. But the big plus of the thing that even primitives could be nil, because it's not a primitive anymore, because it's a num.
Yeah.
And it really like it breaks your brain. Like primitive is nil. What the fuck?
Maybe easier to see them as typed unions rather than enumerations.
Yeah, that would be more correct. A union, not an enum.
Yeah, you define them as enums.
I think it's an enum. Enum is not like I did. I think it's we did.
I hear C++ over there or something.
Yeah, we're the C++
So I
team.
don't understand.
And the
No,
thing,
but
Just right.
you even do enums in Objective-C, and
Yeah.
then they're always constants.
Yeah.
the thing that is important to understand is that an optional string is not a string.
Yeah.
You cannot compare
It's
both.
just a red. So
Yeah,
that's
you need to unwrap it to compare with another string.
So what happens if you try to compare it in this class then?
If we try to compare like
Try comparing hello internally in the class, what will happen?
here. So let's see here. It's okay. I have to return blah.
Yeah,
So let's return a string. I'm going to learn how to use this keyboard. I swear.
Or you don't, and you use proper keyboard like I do.
There's an IBM keyboard.
That's also an option. Return blah.
Need to return.
You
I
can
need
find
to return
that
something
that
here.
horrible in comparison to my 350 euro cheap axe laptop, which also is not touch.
Okay, see now that we have the return, we don't have the sum here. What we have is a string.
Yeah.
So if we try to say like if this, it's I'm not really sure if I can do this, but if you can confirm like hello, then yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
But you're still returning
So hello.
the string directly.
No,
But he's,
I'm returning the string directly. I'm not returning.
you try. I thought you tried if you
Compare.
compare the optional directly
Yeah. what
See here.
instead
happens if
of the
you try-
string value.
Yeah.
See here, look here. Foo,
Yeah.
hello is an optional string, but when we unwrapped it and return it, it came like a string. It doesn't came like a string.
Yeah, but what
if
if you-
let is the unboxing.
Yeah. But what happens if you compare it internally, not outside of it?
The question-
Okay.
What happens if you would, for instance, return string question mark and
Yeah.
free?
Okay, let's see here. Let me comment this. Let's try. I think it's better if we try here. I think that I cannot even return full.
String
You know?
question mark.
Different type.
Yeah. So, yep. Foop. Yeah, the same. Return full again. Blah. So now this we don't have here.
Just two is just blah.
Blah.
Right there.
Let's see. If I try to compare here, like it's full like.
Okay, there.
I think I can make it easier. Mm. It's equal to blah.
So, thank you.
mistake here.
Yeah, the new function.
Yeah, you're inside the
Yeah.
class.
Probably need some sort of construct to do that.
Yeah, probably.
But you're in a class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you see do you see that sort of stuff outside between the interface and the start method?
What? It's,
Yeah.
what are you saying?
I'm trying to make it upside.
I see class and then open and then in.
There's no function, there's no constructor.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing nothing here. So let's try like the sky.foo equals like hello. And then if I try to compare this to hello, I should already have a problem here. It's like it shouldn't be. I don't know why it's doing it, but it
This
shouldn't.
compiler does it for you. It's,
What?
Compiler does it for you.
I don't know.
It knows that you have an option of the string and you compare it with the string, so it does it for you and that's it.
Yeah, but it's going to give you an error inside Xcode. It shouldn't be working. I swear.
I just worked.
Yeah, but it shouldn't.
Yeah, but technically, yeah, it should.
Technically,
Different
it's
types.
correct, but I think the compiler already notices that it is a string. It tries an equal.
Okay.
Okay.
Like
Nice.
optional is a native type, and then if you compare native optional against its actual type, then
But this whole stuff is really important to understand very well. It's
Yeah.
used
That's
everywhere.
And here what you see it is the same, the unwrapping, but it's called a nil coalescent operator. That it's work the same like the ternary. What we say here is if foo has value, then assign it to blah, and if not, I give you a default value.
Okay, cool.
Going through this.
I never said it.
This is an optional chaining. That's what does mean. It's that here we have class persons, and we are using resident, and we can have or not have resident. And now we say resident have a number of bedrooms. So when we are working here, we say John has resident. If has resident, then it has number of bedroom. If instead of a question mark, we put like this here, now it's going to work because it's doing nothing. But when you try to run the app, and if John doesn't have resident, it's going to crash your app. And this kind of mistake is what make like a really dark bugs to find. It's like it's crashing all the time. So
an exclamation mark.
yeah,
That's
because we are saying, yeah, I promise you that John has house. He has a house. I promise you. But maybe he doesn't. We don't know yet. But I'm promising to the code that yeah, it has it. But if it for any reason, because we don't have network or because the code doesn't
so
work,
basically you can search your code for exclamation marks and you have all undefined behavior.
yeah, probably.
But in some cases, now I can't remember the case, but sometimes it's needed.
Sometimes it's also the like Xcode say, hey, this has to be an exclamation mark. Because I think it's because if it's not going to work anyway. So
Swift wants everything to be initialized in init methods.
Yep.
But if you know that you will initialize something outside of init, so you are sure that you will do it, you have to put an exclamation mark after it. And yeah, that's it.
And the thing here is that number of bedroom here is equal to 1. It's not an optional. But now, because resin is an optional, what we have here is an number of room is an optional int. It's not an int anymore. What else we have here? This one is pretty cool. This is new. At the beginning of the Swift times, like 3 months ago, we have the unwrapping stuff, and if we have two kind of constants, and we want to check if both of them have values, we have to like nest if-lets, like so imagine if you have 4 free values that you want to check, and now the thing is that we can do it like this. We can say like if let blah has value and if blah has value too, then we can print them. If not, we
Can you use actually and instead of comma or? Do you know?
I don't know.
Can we try it?
But the comma, it's an implicit and. I mean, if blah doesn't have value, it's not going to check the rest.
Yeah, I got it. But I wonder if I can use or in that case.
Or I can find the key here.
I guess you need 1 or 2.
Okay. No, then you have a type error because BLE doesn't exist. So
Yeah, probably.
I think or that blah will probably do the trick.
I don't know that.
Okay.
And we can also say like we can use also here like where blah is equal to 10, for example. So we can check like if has value and has value and has value, and also I think this is without comma. Sorry. Yeah. And this is you can read it really well also. It's not only that it's powerful, it's like super readable.
You can also use it in cases in the switch statements,
Yeah.
the where clause.
The keyword where.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool. And that's it with optionals. It wasn't super clear, I'm sorry.
Luisa, nice meeting. Sorry, I have to go.
Okay.
I have to meet my mom.
Oh, nice.
But you're gonna continue, yeah?
I don't know. I should probably.
It's almost the end, and
I prefer you don't, so you can continue next time. But
we definitely need to talk about this more. I think, especially about optionals.
Okay, we
and
can.
Initializers.
I can
And what
give you this playground so you can check it because.
oh, that's fine.
Would you
I'll
agree?
let you guys.
But we can still continue a little bit. But
Yeah, of
let's
course.
look what do you think is nice.
Okay. I think properties are really nice. And
I thought maybe that one.
the number 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite, I guess, tough topic. If you don't have much time, it can cause a lot of discussions.
This is just an intro.
No, if you check the book, I guess, how many pages in the chapter? Like 60?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is
It's kind of
just an intro. I like also properties.
About it.
But yeah.
So maybe it's more important to discuss how we continue with this, because we're moving to Swift and we need
some way
to
to
learn. And
I have also
So-
I have some links to give you. Okay.
Area developers.
Warm and smelly.
yes.
Yeah.
We don't do it.
But he's leaving, so we'll start smelling.
It'll be better.
How's it going?
Yeah, we're
Nice.
wrapping up, kind of. There's a lot more to talk about, but we're already through the time.
It's really hot for you.
Yes, actually it's pretty hot. I don't know.
Stay here for 5 minutes. You want
No, I won't. Depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, goodbye guys.
Goodbye. Have a nice weekend.
But what do you guys think? Anything
So
else?
how does this end up in an app? That's a good question. Because you're using a playground right now, but how does this end up in an app?
Good weekend.
Yeah.
Bye. Okay. We can go through Fernando's app.
You know, no, maybe we should first do some basic stuff. There are a lot of example apps also.
Yeah.
And you can show Fernand.
Yeah, I can show Fernerland, and I also translate the media library to not the library but the example.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so we can see structure. This is the most important thing, I think. I don't know if
I know if you're gonna make a real app that classes and initialization is important than optionals because that's
Okay.
all used all over the place.
Okay, let's show it.
so.
See what it does.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, so no random middles doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen most of those concepts.
Hey, Rust.
Yeah.
I wanted to start with Rust. I
So
don't know what to do with it.
that's the thing. Initialization is a pain in the ass, actually. It's it's not that complex, but when you try to make it like inherited in classes, you have to know which is the default in it. And it's not that simple. This,
Designated initializer.
yeah. So I'm not going to read this because I'm going to give it to you. But this is the basic rules to make some init. So for classes, you started here. If you want to make a class in Swift, you don't really need to inherit it of anything actually.
Oh, no more NS object.
And the thing is,
Ah.
when we
And this object is use ID.
when we
For that.
write a class like here, and we say, hey, let's add some nice stuff. I'm going to properties. Okay, it's going to say fine. I'm going to comment also this. It's going to say fine, but you really need to init these properties. It's not going to let you have some properties because you can say, hey, I want a variable here. It's going to be a string, but right now it has.
It is not optional, so it needs to be initialized.
Yeah, if it's not an optional, it has to be an init. So the option here could be this is the simple one. Like,
Let's
okay,
remove them and
don't worry, I put it some
default value.
default value here. I make this function here, and I can test. And it's working. Yeah, I swear it's working. Right?
The compiler is not working.
Yeah, compiler is not
Xcode
working.
is lazy.
Yeah,
It's working, but the compiler is not. It's lazy.
it's late, it's hot, but it does work. Okay. So, and we can assign, because they are variables, we can assign some other values here.
Are these values protected, public, private?
Right now are public.
Oh,
By default, if I don't say anything,
it's public.
it's public.
Okay.
If I want to make it private, I have to say like
Private. Okay. Yeah, that's
private.
Okay.
So what that guy said earlier, this is not private to the class.
No, it's static.
File.
So if we want to add an init here, let's say this is the most simpler way to do it. Just like, yeah. I'm a princess,
That's what you still call yourself.
Yeah. So if we just add an init, we say, hey, I have here two variables. At the beginning, they're not going to have values, but when I initialize the class, they're going to. These are the default values. They say, hey, okay.
Okay, it's still not difficult.
Yeah, and here we can see how we can have the default init and a custom initializer. So we can use one or the other either way. And here we have, I need to comment this, otherwise it's not going to work. And why is complaining? Oh, of course.
Is there also inheritance examples here?
It's here, yeah.
Ah, cool.
Where? Sorry.
Bring your player.
No, that's
Oh,
later.
there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay, so let's say we have our player here. the same way with our to initializer and our description. Okay, but we have a Premiere player here, and that has also its own properties. And when I init, before I call this up super init, I have to have all the properties initialized.
Yeah.
Before, not it's the other way around with Objective-C. In Objective-C, we can have it like that.
It will complain.
And this is going to complain somehow.
No, it will say that it first needs to be initialized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a safety thing, because if you call super.init and it calls methods that you have overridden, then those lack context of initialization and that something might not have been initialized.
Mm.
Try that again in C++. You can't. Then it will act really weird. I've done that. Okay.
Oh, I have a message in my cat, sorry. And what else? This is the way I think we always need, if we are inheriting, we always need to call the super init from his super class. Right now it's not hard because there are some classes that we have, but when we are using like NS object that we view controllers or we views, we really need to know which initializer is the good one to call, because otherwise it's not going to work our initializer. The basic rules are here, but we can try, I don't know, later or other day. Yeah. And this is for here. I want to show you this before we leave. This more question here?
No, it's still really basic.
Yeah, it's really basic, but it's just play around.
And there are some gotchas when you really use it.
Like?
And I want to show you guys this.
I also have to look it up.
Because if the compiler whines, then I'm able to fix it by simply turning stuff around.
It's here. Okay. This is a really good article. I read it the other day, and it's really explain how to get an app working with both of them. The kind of thing that we need, that is the bridging gap, the how we sometimes we need to add this Objective-C before some properties or classes, is like here. And why? Okay, we speak. He speaks also about inheritance, and here. Oh, where is it? I thought it was here. Here, when we should call public, internal, or private. It's really short to read, but it's really cool, because now we are working with both, and it's probably for a long time that we are going to be working with both languages. And
But at least we should not try to, how do you say that? Write part of the FSS and a part of the
no, but
just try to
sometimes
avoid as much as possible.
you cannot start always a project from the scratch. But if you are going to do a new section, you can do this new section in Swift.
I think we should not even try to get there. What do you think?
That's the thing what's worrying is that cocoa pods.
What?
What about it?
Well, that's all Objective-C.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, it
There
doesn't
are
matter.
Swift cocoa pods,
Oh,
there's
no.
only one problem with it. I don't know the technical details, but it only works in iOS 8 because they allow dynamic frameworks. And in iOS 7 it's not, so we cannot use Swift cocoa pod libraries because you cannot link dynamic libraries. Something like that.
Yeah, you can't convince CocoaPods to create static libraries instead.
Yeah, somehow it doesn't work in Swift. I don't know why.
I'm not really sure about it.
I don't know.
So it's 15:15 right now.
Great.
Great, we're on time.
No, actually, I'm
there.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
I think you could talk half an hour more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
there's a lot more examples.
I will
I have
give
to catch a bus.
I will give you these examples and yeah, I have to catch the bus too. And I don't know. We can keep the next section or
Next week.
next week.
Just next week. Shall we then continue this?
Yeah, then
Oh, we can see the video. You want to see a video, right?
No,
I'm
I
gonna
don't
say,
have
okay.
to see a video.
So we are done here, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye. Say hi to. Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Eric.
Hello. Hey, there's actually a lot of people watching.
How many?
I don't know. Check. Hey.
Oh. I don't. Oh yeah. It's cool.
Okay. Bye.
Where does this go actually?